All right, so if you just got here, you need your dry erase board, your sock, your marker. You're going to need paper and a straight edge. And we went over that already, so I think we are good to go. So we're going to start with the review like usual. So let's get out our dry erase boards. Let's get out our markers. And let's go to our first slide. We're going to go ahead and review some of our problem solving from our last unit. So get your boards, your markers, and your socks. Looks like we're ready, but maybe we should do a quick whole body listening check real quick. Okay, guys? And everybody at home too. Remember, your ears are listening, your mouth is quiet. You guys are doing great. Brain is thinking about what's being said, Abby. Hands and feet are down and still, except you're getting your boards. And we are ready to roll. So we're going to review. Henrik, you're our star today. Henrik had $255 saved. He got $148 more for his birthday. He decided to buy a Lego set that cost $35. How much money does he have now? Think about everything you learned last unit. Use your skills, visualize, draw a picture, do whatever you have to do and solve that. And then we will share. Show me on your fingers how many steps you think this problem is going to be. Okay, I gotta move my remote learners for you. Okay, show me at home how many steps. Oopsie, sorry, I'm trying to move my kiddos so that you can see the numbers. I see Astria says 2 steps. What are you thinking, Reese? 2 steps? Oh, it looks like everybody agrees. Henry agrees. Ben, good to see you, Ben. I missed you at All Black. I'm glad to see you. Leo agrees. Okay, so if we know that, then make sure on your board you're not just doing one step, one equation. I'm going to help out a little and underline some important information. Henrik had $255 saved. He got $148 more, another keyword, for his birthday. I'm also going to put a little line here, see if that helps you. He decided to buy a Lego set that costs $35. I could see you doing that, Henrik. How much money does he have now? Think about those keywords. How are we doing? Give me a thumbs up if you are ready to share your thinking. Nice. Oh, this is exciting, Mrs. Harrison. You'd be so proud. All right. Let's see, anybody at home? I see Ben, do you want to share? Your hand is up. Wow. Can you unmute and we'll walk us through it, okay, bud?
Okay, this is complicated. So first you do 255 plus 148, which 5 plus 8 equals 13. So put the 3 and then carry the 1. And then 1 plus 5 equals 6, 4 equals 10. So then you put the 0, then carry the 1. And then 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 4.
ask you, Ben, how did you know to add? How did you know to add for your first step?
Because it said saved. So I know to add.
Okay, keep going, Ben.
And then I did 403 minus 35, and then I got 1 minute. Let me look my answer. 1 minute.
We could do it together.
Sure.
So I can't do 3 minus 5, right? Because the number on top is too small. So what am I going to do? There's a 0 there. Do you remember the box trick?
Yeah. So like.
So what if I box that 40? What could I do? Marin, help him out. What could I do with that 40?
Cross up the 40 and make it a 39.
And now what do I do with that 3?
Make that a 13.
Okay, and now walk me. Ben, can you let Ben finish? Awesome. Go ahead, Ben. Now we got 13 minus 5.
What are you supposed to make them?
Which equals 3, I think.
Let's count up. You could count back or up. How many of you like to count up? I might count it up, but it might be better to go back. What do you do, Ben? Do you count up or count back when you subtract?
I count up.
All right, let's do it. Put 5 in your head. Ready? Do it with me, Ben. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, let's go to 13. What did you get?
I got 8.
Awesome. Me too, Ben. All right, 9 minus 3.
9 minus 3 equals
That might be better to count back.
6.
Yeah, me too. And then 3 minus nothing is?
3.
And we're talking about money. Henrik, you're rich. Let's reflect. Does that make sense? If Henrik had $255 saved, he got $148 more for his birthday. Would that be about $403? Does that sound about right? And then he bought a Lego set for $35 and he has $368 left. Is that reasonable? It makes sense. Okay, good job, guys. All right, 9 times 6 and 48 divided by 8. Write them on your board. See if you remember your multiplication and division from our first unit. Can't forget everything we've learned. Hold them up when you have them. Let's see, Finn, what you getting? Ooh, good job. Okay, I get another one. I'll trade with you. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pull out of my can for this one. Da-da-da-da. What did I get? Sunny. All right, Sunny, what are you thinking? All right, she says 9 times 6 is 54. Kids at home, give me a thumbs up if you agree with her. Give me a thumbs up if you agree here. You got to explain your thinking. Why? Why is it equal 54? You're right, but how do you know? Okay, she did a great job explaining. She said she used the 9s trick, which I'm going to try to do backwards here for you. She put down her 6th finger, right? And she had 5 to the left and 4 to the right, which 9 times 6 equals 54. Nice job. Did anyone do it in a different manner? Different way? All right, then let's go on to 48 divided by 8. Remember, this can look like this. It can look like this. It can look like a fraction. Ooh. A lot of ways to write 48 divided by 8. What do you think it's going to equal? Miss Madison. She says 6. How do you know? Give her a thumbs up if you agree.
I used my chart
Oh.
and I went to 8 and I went down to 42 and then I went
48.
across and I got 6.
So Madison said she used her chart to figure it out. She went to the 8, went down to 48, went across and saw that it was 6. Did anyone do something different? That is a great strategy. Oh, I see Henry. Henry, can you unmute? What did you do to figure out 48 divided by 8?
How I figured out 48 divided by 8 was 6 is I counted by 6s all the way to 8.
So maybe you counted by 8 because you didn't know there was a 6 involved, right? So did you count by 8s possibly and you got 6? Okay, great strategy. Robert, what did you do?
Oh, wait. This was what the other guy just said, but I looked at that. 6 times 8 went on a date, didn't come back into the 48, and then I knew the answer.
Okay, so Robert used our chant. 6 and 8 went on a date. They didn't come back till they were 48. 6 times 8 is 48. So we really used which operation? Which is what property? The inverse property, right? He used the inverse to solve it. So excellent. All right. Mrs. Harrison reminded me that we needed to keep practicing our rounding. Thank you, Mrs. Harrison. I threw it in there for us. So round 42 to the nearest 10 and round 345 to the nearest 100. Here's our little reminder. You guys remember it? She wasn't here when we did it. 5 and above, give it a 4 and below, take it down low. All right, let's see. Hold them up when you have them. Round 42 to the nearest 10 and 345 to the nearest 100. So think, are you going to round 42 to the 40 or 50? Remember which two tens is in between. Just a reminder, if you are not sure, think if you're going to round 42 to 40 or 50. Are you going to round 345 to 300 or 400? Remember, we did this for reasonableness. We wanted to see if the answer was reasonable, so we would round first and then solve the problem. You just need to keep practicing. Good, nice job. Look at the 100 one again. Can you look at that again for me, Max? It's 345. Look at that again. All right. All right, let's see who's got it. Reese, I want you to try that 100 one again, okay? Look again. All right, Lila Maris. I'm going to keep practicing that. Lila Maris. Been saying it wrong for so long. All right, walk us through it, my dear.
Rounding 42 to the nearest 10. So I know that it's not 5 or above, and it's not 4, but it is below 4. So I took away the 2 and put a 0 there and got 40. And then on 345, I know that you don't look at the first digit, you look at the second digit. So I looked at the 4 and it's not 5 and above, it's 4 and below. So I got 300.
Okay, so I saw when I walked around, a lot of us said 400, and I think that's because you might have been looking at the 5 in the ones place. So remember, when you're rounding to the nearest 100, that you have to look in the tens place. Now, if we were looking to round it to the nearest 10 and it's still in the hundreds place, we'll do some of those this week too. Then you would look at the ones place. But we looked in the ones place for 42. You got to move it over because we were going to the next place value. Well done. All right, guys, we're going to do we've learned a lot this year. I just don't want you to forget anything. So we're going to go to one more slide and then we'll get on with our learning target. All right, what time is it? What time is it? This is probably one of the hardest fields in third grade because you guys have so many digital clocks. But some of you have analog, which makes me happy. I wonder if your kids will know how to tell count change. So write it on there and then listen to the activity. It's whatever time it is. This is what Mrs. Robin is doing. What am I doing at that time? I'm hiking in the woods before school. I'm hiking my dogs before school. Is that AM or PM? Add the AM and PM. Yeah, this is kind of hard for you guys to see. I'm gonna give you a hint because I can't. It's only one line and one line after the two. Does that help? Miranda, did that help? One line after the two for the minute hand. Well, you can't tell from back there, and I didn't give it. We still have to be able to think. Still have to think. Remember to look at that shorthand first, these hours. Got it. Yay. All right, we're ready to share. Let's see. Somebody at home. How about Reese? You're looking good. Do you want to unmute and share?
I got 7, 11.
How did you know? You're right.
Because the tiny hand is not at the 8 and it's not at the 6. It's just at the 7. So it's 7. And then so if you count by 5s, 1 is 5 and then 2 is 10. So one line after 10. So one number after 11.
Okay, did you say AM or PM, Reese?
AM.
How did you know that it's AM?
Forgot what you said, but I know because what you said.
Anybody want to help her? What did I say, Elena? I said before school. And when does it turn to PM from AM?
Midnight.
Well, what happens at midnight? Something does happen at midnight. Changes to AM. And in the afternoon, when you're here at school, it changes to PM. Okay, last but not least, choose the better estimate. 150 grams or 150 kilograms for a pair of sunglasses. Think of your benchmark. Let me get our So, grams, remember we said what's the paper clip about, got your benchmark. This liter of club soda is your kilogram. Okay, guys, here are your benchmarks, remember? Know which unit this was. All right, stand up if you think it's 150 grams. Okay, I see you at home. I'm not sure where you went, Katie.
Katie's in the bathroom.
Oh, thank you. Ben, are you standing or not yet? Stand if you think it's 150 kilograms. Your sunglasses. All right. Astria, can you unmute? What should we have said? Grams or kilograms? And why?
150 grams.
Yes, that's what we said here. We all stood. Why is that true?
Because a gram is a weight of a paper clip and sunglasses aren't that heavy. Kilograms is very heavy. And
Excellent. You did it. All right, guys. Well done. So today, now that I know you're not going to forget everything, we're going to draw quadrilaterals so we can solve real world math problems that involve these shapes. We talked about some jobs that involve that. We're not going to go through it all again, but we talked about people like on HGTV, and some of your parents work in that field of construction. So we're going to go through the attributes of and draw parallelograms, rectangles, squares, rhombuses, and some trapezoids as well. So when you guys were in second grade, all you had to do was say, that's a square, right? That's a triangle. Now in third grade, you've got to be able to identify the angles and know whether the lines are parallel. And same with your, in fourth grade, you're going to have to do that as well, but you'll get into symmetry and perpendicular lines. So you guys are going to be rock stars at this today. So remember our new vocabulary. We have angles. They are formed by two rays or two line segments. Show me a right angle. Show me an acute angle with your hands. Thank you. Astrid, I see you. Katie, let me see your angles. Ooh, they're good. Now show me obtuse. Right. Acute. Obtuse. Right. Okay. Nicely done. Remember that the obtuse is greater than 90 or less than 180. Polygons are closed plane figures with sides made up of line segments. That's what we've been talking about, this whole big idea. Remember, octa means, show me on your fingers. Show me on your fingers. What does octa stand for? How many sides in that polygon? I see some 4. Show me how many on your fingers. You have enough fingers. I see Astrid's got it. Ben, what do you think? Octa, think octopus. How many fingers, my dear? Do you see me, Ben? There you go. Thank you. Hexa. Who remembers? Max Fox, how many sides? Hexagon has 6 sides. What about a penta? Pentagon. What are you thinking, Max Deesberg? 5. And deca? Show me on your fingers. What about concave? Who can remind me what concave means? Paxton. It pushes in like a cave. You're going into the cave. What about convex? Madison. Pushes out. So we have had a lot of different vocabulary words. I am going to quickly, before we get into our song, I know you guys are probably sick of it, but I'm going to quickly put one shape up. You guys here are going to grab a shape from me. The rest of you, look on your desk. You should have your notes. I'm going to give the remote kiddos a shape. And let's just make sure we have this vocabulary. I did it. We're good. Do I give one of the girls? Oh, sure. That'd be awesome. All right. So here's the shape for my remote learners. You guys see it? If your shape is a quadrilateral, stand up. So Lennox, what does it have to have if they're standing?
4 sides.
So my remote learners, 1, 2, 3, 4, you should be standing. All right, sit down. If your shape has a right, did you not get one? It should be on your desk.
I didn't get one either.
Okay. Here, let's give you a crazy one. If your shape has a right angle, stand up. It can have more than one right angle, yes, but it has to have at least one. Good question. So I noticed that my remote learners are not standing up because, well, let's see, this could be I think you do have one. You have one right angle on yours. You could be standing right here. It's a square corner. I think the others are acute and obtuse. Okay, sit down. Stand up if you have an acute angle in your shape.
I have a cute and an obtuse.
All right. Sit down. Stand up if you have an obtuse angle in your shape. Let's see. Are you asking or do you think you know? Yep, you have both. You have all of them. Oh my goodness, Lucas has all of it. All right, sit down. Stand up if you have a polygon. Remember, closed figure with all straight sides. Everybody should be standing. I did not give you any of these, so let me remind you. If you had a circle, would that be a polygon?
No.
No, why not, Serne? It has to have straight sides. What if I gave you this odd looking figure? Keep. All right, Cerne's gonna come. Why would that not work? Why would that not work as a polygon? Excellent. It's just a figure, right? Okay, everybody can sit down. Good job. I just want to make sure you are good with this before we do our GimCat. All right, so you can actually put your shape, if you're on the floor, to set it to the side, just to get you thinking about quadrilaterals, because one of our activities today is going to focus on quadrilaterals. So let's just remember our song. I've been singing this. Even my family has been singing this. And I got to move my guys. Hold on. I'm trying to make it. Do you love it? I love it too. Well, don't worry, you won't hear it much longer.
Parallelograms have two sets of parallel lines. Trapezoids only have one set at a time. A rectangle has 4 right angles. A rhombus has 4 sides that are equal. Squares have 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Quadrilaterals have 4 sides and 4 angles. Parallelograms, rhombuses, trapezoids, squares and rectangles. And if you add the angles inside each of these, there will be 360 degrees. Parallelograms have 2 sets of parallel lines.
Show me parallel lines.
Trapezoids only have 1 set at a time. A rectangle has 4 right angles. A rhombus has 4 sides that are equal. Squares have 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Quadrilaterals have 4 sides and 4 angles. Parallelograms, rhombuses, trapezoids, squares and rectangles. If you add the angles inside each of these, there will be 360 degrees.
All right. So guys, we are going to use our knowledge, because this is really our last lesson before our quiz and moving on to area and perimeter. So we will do a little bit of review. We've talked about parallelograms. Remember, we just heard it in the song. They have 2 sets of parallel lines. That was my graph this morning. Which shape is not a parallelogram? Everybody. Trapezoid. So you got to remember that. Rectangles, they have to have 4 right angles. Remember, a square is a special rectangle. But trapezoids are the weird one, right? Because they're not parallelograms. They're still quadrilaterals, but are they parallelograms? No, because they only have 1 side. The square is a rectangle, but it's different, Gabe. How is it different? What does it have that makes it different besides it has the 4 right angles? Okay, and what do we know about the sides of a square? They're equal. They're the same length. And the rhombus, some of us get confused on the rhombus. You want to call it a diamond, right? In 2nd grade, you could do that. Now you're in 3rd grade, and 4th grade teachers are really going to expect you to know it's a rhombus. And I think what's confused us is that we say square. We see a square there. It's a rhombus, but is a rhombus a square? Well, listen to the definition. It's a parallelogram with equal sides. It can be a square. Is it always a square? No, because notice a square has to have those 4 right angles. A rhombus doesn't have to have 4 right angles, but it has to have all equal sides. And this is, so we're going to review this just for about 10 minutes. You're going to get on to GimKit, and I will put this in the chat, or maybe Mrs. Harrison will. Can you put this in the chat? I have it on your assignment. You will go to gimkit.com/play. I will give you a code. Okay. And then you will wait. You can draw if you're waiting for me to start the game. Remember, you have multiple choice questions to answer. After you answer, you have to click on continue. Give me a minute. The amount of money you have earned is in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You can shop when you have enough money for ways to make more money. Remember, you're not buying anything. You're just trying to buy opportunities to make more money. The person who earns the most money wins, but that's not what we're after. We're after having fun and reviewing our vocabulary. So you're going to go to gimkit.com/play. And instead, you guys get on your... Do you have an extra Chromebook that Lennox could use? His is dead.
What's the code?
Gave mine away. I haven't given the code yet. Do you know where it is, bud? Well, you got to sign out and then you sign it. You can't use someone else's. All right, guys. So I think Mrs. Harrison's going to put it in the chat, or you remember where you can find it? It's in the chat. That's probably the easiest way. I know it's right there, and I'll put it up here for you, okay? Yeah, I'll put it up here. Gim, and I don't have the code yet because I'm letting you guys get on. .com/play. Henrik, oh, I was going to tell you guys, grab your, I put these out. Mrs. Harrison gave these to you. Get your diagram from Thursday. Use this to help you with your GimKit. You guys have this at home as well. Do you remember the diagram we made? With the quadrilaterals, the parallelograms, the rectangles, it shows you how they all are related. That can be your little helper, your resource to help you with the GimKit questions. Okay, I'm going to go to GimKit and give you the code. Yes, I am. So also know it is in your math lesson today. Under math, where it says Tuesday, you will see I have the link in there as well. I did it on purpose, honey. I just did it so I can get the code for you guys and you don't have to look at everything. You know what I mean? All right. I'm excited for you guys to play this. It took me forever to make, so. You made this? Yeah, you got to make them. They're not made for you. All right, we're only going to do it for, all right, I'm going to do it for about 8 minutes. It's okay. We're all good. All right, guys, your code is 66942. If you guys can't see it at home, I'm going to repeat it, and it's in the chat as well. 66942. I see Josh is in, Paxton. Look at you guys go. You're pros. You know what's funny, Mrs. Woodland, the last time you observed me, you showed me hair dad. You told me about this in my observations. Isn't that funny? Actually, one. I need a 6-6. I need a little light. Yeah, we'll do Kahoot. I have Kahoot for Thursday. But we're gonna do Gim Kit today. Show me if you need 1 minute or 0 minutes. Need help. That I can do.
On the third, 23rd. Right now, I'm looking for me. It's on the third. My son was. It's on the third month. So 1 month.
Raise your hand if you are not in and you need help. That's what you're drawing. You're in. You're just drawing. Okay, guys, we're gonna start. You'll be fine though. Okay, where did my thing go? All right.
I'm now drawing.
Oh, I like how some people are using their reference material. Resources. 38%. Can we use this to help us? That's why you have it. Yes, use your resources. That makes you smart.
I'm not doing good. Either. I'm not like that. My board. Yeah, I like $0. I'm close so bad. Ooh, what is it? I'm not even close. Oh, I should hurry.
I would just remind you, you have to read carefully, use your reading skills. Some of us are not reading all the words and we're getting it wrong. Read all the words.
Actually, I just got 2 right. Deleted my points. I got 2 right. Well, really, 5. Actually, really. That's an idea of going to try to get money. I know. It's weird. No, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean I just got 1 right. Look. It deleted all my money.
If you need help with the reading, raise your hand. I just can help you. So guys, you have an option to view your answer when you get it wrong. Please view your answers. If you got it wrong, view the right one. That's how you're gonna learn. We learn from mistakes, yes? And if you look at the answer you missed, if that question comes up again, you can use your answer.
I got 12 so far. I don't even know the answers. I'm just pressing buttons. Which is an accordion? You believe? What? What the heck? What is a round speaking? No, I didn't get that. I'm like 5X. I'm not really bad. I have $50. I have 100 actually. Yeah, I do. Not 500. No, it's 30. I get it right now. How do you get out? Okay. What's exactly
Oh, Lila, I was like, who's Liam? Lila Maris. Good job, guys. Everybody, congratulations. Well done. All right, we are gonna go ahead and my in-person kiddos, would you close your Chromebooks? Thank you. And I'm gonna share our next activity that I'm really excited about. This is where you get to apply everything you know. So Mrs. Harrison and I thought instead of doing workbook pages, Sunny and guys, I think we're gonna do let's do a quick whole body listening check. Charlie, can you show me whole body, bud? Thank you. Everybody's gonna check their bodies. Oh, is your brain thinking about what's being said? Are your eyes up here, hands and feet down and still? Mouths are quiet, looking good. All right, we're ready. So we're gonna take the Geo Challenge, and instead of doing our workbook pages on this, we're gonna let you create or draw a designer picture that has the following. And I will give this to you. Some of you have this. I'll give this to you guys that are here. I'll keep this up for you guys who are remote. You need 3 different parallelograms, 3 different rectangles, 2 different squares, 2 different rhombuses, and 3, you can ask me if they want dots or graph, 3 different quadrilaterals that are not squares, rectangles or rhombuses. So this is a challenge. You might not get to it all. You might. It depends. Now, if you are at home, you have a board that looks like this, right? We started off our lesson with this. Haley, you see me? Gavin, you guys should all have this. Mrs. Harrison and I also sent home graph paper back in August. If you have that, you can use that now. That's why I sent it home in August. If you don't have that and you're like, what? Where is that? I have no idea, Mrs. Aubin. You can use this board, or you may use your math spiral or a piece of paper. You're also going to want a straight edge so you can make these shapes correctly, okay? Now, I'll go back to that, but I just want to show you, when I say design, a design has like a pattern, or it can be anything. It does not have to be a picture, but it can be. So I don't want to keep that slide up for very long because I want to know what you're thinking. But I just want to make sure you understood the wording and what that meant. What are we doing, Mrs. Evan? You are creating a picture using these guidelines. Now, I keep mentioning here, I'll show you. I keep mentioning your diagram. I made this diagram with you guys on purpose. It's a source. I said you guys can use this. Remember, we have quadrilaterals is our biggest family. Within that family, parallelograms, rectangles, squares, rhombuses, and trapezoids. They're all quadrilaterals. We also know that rectangles, squares, rhombuses only are also parallelograms. Remember how, and I saw you guys using these. We also found out that trapezoids are not. Trapezoids are only quadrilaterals. They're down here at the bottom. They're not inside that big circle because they're not parallelograms, right? And then we have rectangles, and the square is a rectangle, but it's also in the circle with the rhombuses because it is, a square can be a rhombus as well, but rhombuses are not always squares. So use this diagram as you complete this challenge. So I know that some of you have questions, so raise your hand now and I would be glad to answer them. If you think you have, oh goodness, some people have already started. Go ahead and put your names on there. You have dot paper or you can have graph paper. Go ahead and get started. You can use rulers. I gave out some of those little rectangular tools you can use. I see you, Astria. Good job. So let me check with my remote kiddos. Do you, and maybe we can take some to the second graders, Mrs. Harrison? I'm just second, Reese and Katie, we're gonna bring you the papers, okay? Mrs. Harrison will be right there. Haley, I would love if my remote learners would give me a thumbs up if you understand your task. So I feel good. I see Gavin, I see Haley. Let's see. Astria, thank you. Lila Maris, thank you. Feel like I haven't seen Jensen in a while. Jensen, can you put your camera on for me? I'm gonna stop sharing just for a minute. I'll put that back up. Don't worry. I just want to, oh, there you are, Jensen. Thumbs up. Do you understand, sweetie, what we're doing? Okay. Who else? Where did Ben go? So Ben's not on anymore. Okay. All right, guys, I'll put it back up. I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't have questions. We are going to share these in breakout rooms. So even if we don't get done, we're going to work, and then we're going to share with our peers, okay? You may get going. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Yeah, this is be creative. There aren't any rules. You just have to follow the challenge. Don't forget to put your name at the top. Because I might hang myself on a post. Guys, it can overlap. Like, for example, Max and I are having a conversation. If you're doing 3 different parallelograms and say you choose a rectangle, a square, and a rhombus, and then it says 3 different rectangles and you've already done 1 rectangle for a parallelogram, you can count that. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact. I just want to make sure it's included. This is not a test. It's just a challenge. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to get you thinking. I see you, babe. I see a lot of all parallelograms. Okay, so you're creating hello.
It's running out of room. Mine looks like a face or something. Wait, I'm gonna make. Let me show you the set. Hold on. So, Gabe, this is for you. Look up here. If you're confused, you can, like, look, there's a picture of a bird or duck or something. There's a rocket ship. You could, like, a flower, a ship, or it could just be a design. I'm not saying to do these. I'm just saying that's what I mean by creating a design or picture. And I think, was it Ben who just came in? Ben? Are you there? Ben, are you, I know you weren't here and you came back. Do you know what to do, honey? Thumbs are down. Okay, so do you have your board that looks like this? With your dots, you can use this to create a design. He can use the dotted side of this, or you can use paper and a ruler. We're just creating a design using the different shapes that we've been learning about, the different polygons. It's supposed to be fun, Ben, so take a deep breath, okay, bud? Take a deep breath. You can use this because it has dots, and you can use your dry erase marker if you like, and create your shapes on here, or you can use paper. It's up to you. Yes, if you have specific questions, Mrs. Harrison's monitoring the chat. I don't really have any room on that paper now.
Make sure you put your name on it. So remember, if you add circles, that's fine, as long as you still have all the criteria. You have your parallelograms, your rectangles. But some of you might need a circle for a head or the center of a flower or something, and that's fine. That makes it fun. But if you don't, then you don't have to. then, oh boy. Mrs. Harrison, I'm gonna give him some time. It'll help these two. I don't know. I might. I'm just gonna give him a minute. Did you have a question? So where's your No, they do.
You still have a lot of reels.
A good question from Elena. Can I do a diagonal rectangle? Yes. But if you want to do a square as a rectangle, you could do that, right? Because square is a rectangle. Elena's checking them off as she does them. Good strategy. Like she's checking off. And if you think you're done, Haley, go back and check them off and make sure. Because some people think they're finished, and that's fine. Just go back and check off your criteria.
I'm just confused.
All the same. The last one's like a bonus if you can get to it. Well, no, because one is a short square.
Oh wow, that was cool. I like that one.
But I can see you already have.
I'm going for a Roblox. I made the stupidest face ever. No, wait, I still just oh, yeah, yeah, this is also. Oh. I like her
You guys would be surprised. I just sat with Marin and she had so many and she didn't know she had them. So be aware that if you have 4 squares, those are also rectangles, right? So, or parallelograms, you can count them. And there's, yeah, so you don't have to keep adding. That's kind of applying that knowledge. Do you get the relationship between these polygons. So stretch your brain a little bit. I'm going to give you just another minute, and here, Mrs. Harrison, maybe we can let them color them in the morning or something one day if they want. We'll see about time. But we're going to share even if we're not completely finished. So I'm going to give you about a minute. And then I would love for you remote learners to share just some ideas, even if you didn't get a chance to do it. We'll just share some of our ideas of what we got. So Ben, no pressure, hon. I know you came in late, so you can just kind of see what everybody else did too. But keep working. You have another minute or so to see if you can get these designs done. Oh, I love it, Gavin. Nice job, Mr. Sanders. How are you doing, Haley? Ooh. Oh, very cool. Thank you for sharing. All right, I see Gavin's done, Haley's got some. So you guys, when you get in your breakout groups, be sure to share some of the shapes that you included in your thinking. All right, guys, I see your thumbs up, Lila. I'm gonna go ahead and have you join a breakout group. Let's see, I'll probably put you in triads, okay? And just take turns sharing. And if you don't have anything, it's okay. Just share your thinking. All right, guys, I can tell you're already sharing. Would you share with the person next to you? Share your thinking, your design, because we're already next to that. Who needs a partner? How about Marin? Can you share with Lennox? Go ahead, walk over there and share. I gotta stop sharing. Let's see, view. I need to start sharing. Ready to rock? All right, I'm gonna go back to, well, first, Thermometer, how are you feeling about our learning target today? Remember, we were drawing quadrilaterals. How did you feel about drawing the different quadrilaterals? Some of you it was a little hard. Okay. Anybody feel really good? Oh, Gavin's got a double thumbs. Okay. So here's what we have. We're going to do page 313. If you guys are remote, I went ahead and just put it on your Google Docs so you can turn it in to me if you are in person. So I think we need quick reminder. Voices off, ears are listening. In your workbook, we're going to do Puzzle Penguin for our exit ticket today because it's so good. And I thought I didn't have time for it last week. So here's what you're going to do. Dear math students, today I had to draw a quadrilateral with parallel sides that is not a rectangle, square, or rhombus. This is my drawing. Is my drawing correct? If not, please help me understand why it is wrong. Your friend, Puzzle Penguin. If you are in person, make sure you write your name on it and rip it out. Mrs. Harrison and I can help you rip it out and put it in the basket before you go. If you are remote, let me show you where this is in your classwork. And I need voices off for my remotes to be able to hear. Let's be respectful. Thanks, guys. So here it is, guys, under math for today. You're going to click on it just like you would any of your other exit tickets. And make sure you don't share it with me, but you turn it in so I can grade it and give you feedback. So you're just going to put your cursor below the picture and type your answer. It's a Google Doc. Okay? Thumbs up. Are we good, everybody? So that's where it is. I am going to say goodbye to you guys unless you have a question. All right. We'll see you mañana. Great work today, mathematicians. Don't forget to turn that in.